I'm very delighted to be here today. And firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Thảo. I'm a student of class 11A5 of Trang Lơng Boarding High School. I was born and raised in a family with four members: my parents, me, and my younger sister. Actually, my relationship with my sister is very good, but with my parents is not. We rarely talk and we tell what happened to each other, whether it is joy, sadness, or trouble. Occasionally, we even quarrel. When I grew up, I realized that not only me, but also many other people have difficulty communicating with their parents like me. Well, I will call it the generation gap. Generation gap is a difference in thought, perception, and concept between people of two generations. It can happen not only between parents and children, but also between boss and staff or teacher and student. It causes conflict between generations, and the conflict will get bigger over time. They are widening out and it can form psychological shadow, especially for younger generations, because they are under the pressure of being imposed by their predecessors. If the pressure is immense enough, they may think of that. Nowadays, if you go through the web, it's not strange to see a news that someone's student or child who choosing commit suicide, because in today's society this is uncommon. So, what is the cause of the generation gap? George Orwell, an English writer, said a sentence that I find very fond of. Each generation imagines itself to be more intelligent than the one that went before it, and wiser than the one comes after it. I believe that it was causing the generation gap. Earlier generation think they have more experience of living than later generation, so they think they were right. However, later generation don't so. They think the thought of the previous generation are old and no longer relevant to modernity. They want to do their own will and not be imposed by anyone else. And it is the two conflicting stream of thinking that creates an invisible wall called the generation gap. And then how to break that invisible wall? I have researched and found 3 ways that we can use to close it. Firstly, if you are someone who wants to close the gap with the generation before you, you should open up to them. You should understand that each generation was born and raised in a different circumstance, and they are the people who are ahead of you. They have the thoughts that have been ingrained in their mind for a long time and are difficulty to change. Let's try one time to speak your mind with them. Ask them to listen and think about it seriously. Perhaps they will understand and change their mind. So if you are someone who wants to close the gap with the later generation, what should you do? What you should do is give them an opportunity to speak their mind. Listen and think about it seriously. Besides that, you should also speak your mind. Say why do you don't want them to do it and why do you want them to obey you. Maybe they will understand the problem and both of you can find the best solution. And finally is communication. Communication is the key to shortening the distance between people. You need to talk to them, socialize, and get to know their world while trying to understand the difference between yours and their world. Talking to them can even help you get to know yourself better. Listening to us, accepting their thoughts is important so that generations can draw together. Therefore, open communication is a great way to bridge the gap between generations. In my opinion, generation gap has always been a major hurdle, but by no means insurmountable. Be patient and you will amazed at what you achieve. However, don't forget that changing perception and way of thinking of a generation is a problem. It takes a lot of time and effort. So you should make smaller, less greater, don't hesitate. Thank you so much about your attention for my time. And wish you always happy with